social media personality Ray Diaz being investigated by the Los Angeles County Police Department after his ex-girlfriend Angelica admits to having an underage relationship with him. That and more right here on Shot from the Point News. Hey, what's happening, everybody? Tommy C here, Shot from the Point News. Stay tuned to the end. I'll tell you why I haven't been uploading everything from the Beta podcast to Illuminaughtii. Stay tuned for that. But let's start off with our top story, which is about as big as it gets, as you can see right here, Newsweek. For social media stars to get this kind of coverage, you know it's big, and you know there's going to be consequences. Of course, former team member Ray Diaz has been long accused of having relationships with girls that are underage. Apparently, he initially lied about his age when he joined Team 10. Most of those guys are in their early 20s and very late teens. Drama Alert actually broke this earlier in the week when you see this very disturbing argument between the couple, and it has been confirmed that they were a couple. That at least most people saw through it. Diaz tried to claim there was some kind of method acting or a warm-up before I guess before some kind of acting gig. It was very clear that it was not. It was very personal. Keemstar at one point even got a different angle of it, and I'll show you that right now.
I'm fucking you up, man. I'm fucking pull over. I'm gonna fucking you up. I'm gonna end up punching you so fucking hard. You're such a bad person for me. You're nowhere near good for me. You're nowhere
Well, take her home then, jerk.
near good for me. I can't live my life with your mom threatening me. Angelica!
I don't know what to do about it!
Kill yourself! So I can get out of it already! Die! Holy shit!
So initially on Drama Alert, we saw, we claimed that now we're getting a different angle and a little more context to the whole thing. Angelica's mother leaked this conversation and presented it to the public as this is their relationship. This is what's going on. And since then, she's come out and say, no, that fight was very much real, and showed a very, not even just a different angle, but different audio of the whole situation. And you can clearly see that this guy's in a panic from the possible consequences from her parents. Now, keep in mind, again, Diaz is 33. This is a 17-year-old girl, and apparently this relationship has been going on since she was 16 years old. So he's essentially running around trying to put pressure on her to, I guess, take pressure off of, to have her, I guess, stop her parents from interfering. To me, he seems like a seasoned vet at this stuff, and yeah, it doesn't look like his first ride on this train. And this might be the most uncomfortable part of this video, but it is, again, the most important part. Angelica claims that she was only 16, which would have made him 32, when this relationship started. She says that to Keemstar directly, which is the most important part, because I imagine, because LAPD is now investigating, this is the strongest evidence, which is sure to be, at the very least, a statutory rape charge going forward.
Girlfriend?
Yes, we were dating.
For how long?
Almost, I think it was like around 11 months or so. 10, 11 months, something like around there.
And how old were you when you guys started dating?
I was 16 years old.
Wow. I'm sorry for this question, but I have to ask because of your age and how old Ray is. Ray's 33, you're 16. You were 16 at the time, right?
Yes.
Were you guys sexually active?
it is very difficult for me to talk about.
I'll summarize this situation. Again, this is the most important part, and I imagine what has spawned the LAPD investigation. She doesn't actually go on to clarify it. She doesn't come absolutely clean. Obviously, she's a 17-year-old girl. She's not going to want to talk about her romantic life, for lack of a better word, with this guy. It's completely understandable, but she is vague, but she does clarify that they've had a relationship for over 11 months, and you can do the math about this. I mean, we have literally went from this girl just a couple days ago saying that going missing, her parents leaking this terrible audio, to her coming out and saying, no, there's something wrong with my parents, to this another 180 right here, and obviously I think her parents got a hold of her and talked some sense into her. There's another interesting and pretty frightening part of this video that I do want to share with you. This is Angelica talking about actually making the film, trying to counteract her parents' claims that this is an abusive relationship, and that Ray Diaz was with Angelica. Remember, Ray previously denied that he had anything to do with her or any kind of relationship with this young lady whatsoever. And this is her talking about making the film, refuting the claims of her parents. Here it is.
Up and everything, and it was just over and over, like repeat. He's like, no, that you didn't say it the way I want you to say it. Do it again, and I was losing my mind, really.
Yeah. So when you did run away, the police went to Ray's house. They searched for you, and you weren't there. What happened with that? Like, I mean, at some point, obviously, you were at Ray's house because you filmed that video saying it was just voice acting, right? How come the police didn't find you there? Where were you?
I was at his place for 2 days for the 4th of July. Well, almost 3 for the 4th of July. The day before the 4th of July, and then a little bit of the day after. When the police came to search his house, we were running around trying to find a place for me to hide, and then he finally went.
So next she goes on and talks about what she had done during the time that she was missing, and how she was basically with Ray trying to elude her parents. And here's her story.
A little bit of the day after. When the police came to search his house, we were running around trying to find a place for me to hide, and then he finally went into his room. He tore off his mattress really quick,
right.
Cut open his box spring, slid me inside of there, and then put the mattress back over his box spring. And then he even had a girl come in and lay down on his bed, like right on top of me. So I was like squished, and I had to be quiet and like not make a sound basically. And I heard the cops come in searching for me, and obviously they couldn't.
So Ray Diaz is hiding a 17-year-old girl from the police that are looking for her. Like, I mean, this is just
unbelievable, to say the least. That's so. After hearing all this, I'm sure you're glad to know that LAPD is aware of several social media posts related to the social media personality alleging physical abuse and sexual relations with a minor. We take these allegations seriously. Currently, the department has directed a group of investigators to look into the allegations. Excuse me. Thankfully. So this guy's a stone maniac. I mean, that's putting it lightly. I don't know what I could actually add to this, because when I started this channel, I wanted to goof on. I basically wanted to goof on the silliness that goes on with influencers and social media news. But this is very serious. And also, I think if we flip back here, I did notice this. Josh Pescador, part of the Drama Alert news team, he tagged Ray Diaz in a tweet, and voila, Gonzo. So I am Ray Diaz no more. He's definitely more than likely avoiding any kind of content, if not being on the lam itself. So yeah, not much fun in this stuff. This was a huge story to break, and this is one of the biggest stories Keem ever broke. Man, maybe we'll get here one day, I suppose. But I'm actually really glad. I'm as sure as any. However you might feel about Keemstar, and I have a feeling or two. This is great work, and no matter what what happens to be going on, and how you feel about Drama Alert Keem or Keem's team, this is great stuff to get somebody like this. Ray Diaz strikes me as an extremely dangerous psychotic. So I don't care who gets him off the street or how, but just get him off the street. I have a couple more words for you, and then we'll send you away. I hope you listen to this about this channel. Don't you hate when YouTubers say, I'm really sorry I haven't uploaded a long time, but that's what I'm going to tell you. I haven't uploaded in a while, and I haven't kept up on this channel, which I was kind of on fire. I was making a lot more content, and I do want to get in a situation where when on a hot day, we're putting out 3 videos a day. So buckle up and hit the bell if you want to stay informed. But I wasn't able to live up to that because a couple things have been going on. If you just, if you're not listening to my podcast and just coming here, which is not a lot of you, but I'm speaking to you right now. There's 3 kind of major things that happened. The first one being iilluminaughtii. She's a 100K YouTuber that was a part of this project. In fact, a part of the project called Get to the Point, where we did social media news as satirical characters. It's called Get to the Point, and I really loved it and what have you. And she had access to this channel. It just wasn't convenient to have her give the video to somebody else to re-upload it, and I trust her very much. She purged all her content, or most of it. She's got one here, and that created a bit of a drama for our channel, and I got that out there. I was pretty irritated by the whole thing, and if you're really interested in that drama, you can go check the podcast on, or Shot from the Point podcast on Tommy C's SFTP, if you're interested in that whole thing. And of course, we're involved in the Alex thing with the false sexual assault allegations towards Zlazlo. Zazo. Did they say it right? Okay. Sorry, I can't say it. And of course, we're pretty much deeply involved in that. And I was approached by Colossal's Crazy to do, put the band back together and do Baited as a guest, which I did. If for some reason you didn't know, the only reason I have even a little bit of a footprint on YouTube is because of the Baited podcast that I joined in 2016. There's a lot of nostalgia to the original cast, and I thought it would be most appropriate, since Alex has doubled, tripled down, and tried to ignore these very serious allegations that look like they've been almost completely debunked. They've led to a Cabos video that got some traction, which probably directly led to the Baited podcast. And I went back on as a guest, and it's been the first time in 2.5 years that I've been a part of that project to bring light. I don't think 1.5 million sub channels should be able to lay allegations like that out unfounded and not have some kind of consequence. And the best card I had to pull was to do something that I got quasi famous for, which would be the Baited podcast, and it did seem to have an effect. We did draw a little blood there. Alex, he does not seem to have any interest in rectifying this. He either still believes or doesn't believe Zlazlo debunking it. He actually at one point put air quotes over and debunked, but he didn't offer any intelligent reason why he hadn't debunked these allegations. And, of course, no word from the accuser. That's because everybody's at VidCon having a great time. You got to get home first. Then we'll write your comeback. So I went on, and Keem's got a bigger megaphone than I do. So we did it. And stay tuned, folks. Turkey Tom and Shot from the Point, so Nick DeOrio, they got more stuff. I've seen Nick's stuff. It's jaw-dropping. And not only that, I think there's some circumstantial evidence for something I mean, this is pure speculation, even at this stage, even with the evidence I've seen, that this may be bigger than just a bunch of babies playing Me Too. A bunch of kiddos playing Me Too. This might be, this Me Too might have been an effective way, which is my concern with Me Too to begin with, an effective way to eliminate up-and-coming talent. Michael, or Zlaslow, has 700,000 subs, and I just get the feeling that he's a threat, and I think there's some small evidence, circumstantial evidence, from statements that Alex has made that's the case. But of course, but what I hope for is when people see this stuff, by Turkey Tom's video, I don't know what he has, and Nick's video, that if you were a part of this, and maybe you got suckered, maybe it's time to come forward. And if you know that this was a group of YouTubers working together to ruin another guy, just to simply move up, because he seemed to be on the way up. You need to come forward now and save your skin before the Keemstars, tipsters, the memeologies, and myself of the world find out what's really going on. Now's the time. If this is a plan, come clean now. Snitch, 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 snitch. Because otherwise you're going to be on the I kept my mouth shut, I did the wrong thing list. So snitch now or deal with the consequences later. And I said before on the podcast, I don't think this is over. And I don't think it's over. So stay tuned. Nick's, I think Tom said Sunday. I heard he's got some juice. I know Nick's got some juicy juice. It's going to spill over like some tea. Last thing I wanted to say was I promised to bring back the old style videos we did. I guess the ones that Nick and Illuminaughtii used to, but she deleted them. And, of course, WillyMacShow used to do. And I haven't delivered on that, and I'm going to wait till August to do it. I don't think there's pretty much enough time. I'm going to put these videos out till I go on vacation. I think Nick's going to take over for me. Yeah, I'm going to do those style of videos, but they're going to be top fives. Whoever the video maker is that day is going to do his top 5 favorite stories of the week. That's what we're looking forward to doing. That'll be eventually. They'll come out either Friday or Saturday each week going forward. And we're looking for talent. If there's something you could do, send your tapes in. Make an unlisted video or send it to me, or make it listed. I don't care. I'll take a look at it. Impress me. And just because I turn it down, don't stop. If I make the critic, I had somebody try out, and I told them it's not what we're looking for, but you could do this, or you could try again, and I didn't hear from them again. I don't think that's the way to handle it. Keep going. It's probably going to take you more than one video. So yeah, we're going to be doing more. We're trying to get the channel rolling again, and definitely we're going to bring those top 5 videos. Nick, me, Willie Mac, top 5 of the week, and whatever breaking story happens to be going on. We'll cover it with this Laszlo, with Alex, and this creep Ray Diaz. Thank you very much. Make sure you follow on Twitter, the Shot from the Point News team, at SFTP News. And I'll see you guys real soon. Peace.